According to ESPN sources, Vinny Jr is the latest target for the Saudi Pro League, and the player is said to be considering the offer as well. There is Alex from Spain for us, and Mario as well. But Alex, I have to start with you. What more can you tell us about this whole situation?
Yeah, it might come as a shock. I think it's no surprise that Saudi Arabia might be interested in Vinicius Jr, because why wouldn't they be? He's one of the best players in the world. I guess the surprise might be that this is a conversation that Vinicius Jr is willing to have. I guess if someone is offering you, we understand, around 300 million euros a year, I guess you hear them out. I guess you at least listen to what they have to say. That's very different, of course, to then going ahead and saying, yes, I want to leave. And Vinicius Jr, our understanding is he doesn't want to leave Real Madrid. He's not looking to leave Real Madrid. He's very happy at Real Madrid. But this approach has come in, and he has at least, as I say, been willing to have the conversation or to listen to the offer. Now, Real Madrid's stance, I think, is also pretty clear. Real Madrid do not want to sell Vinicius Jr. Any interested parties in Vinicius are pointing in the direction of his €1 billion release clause. That's Real Madrid's position. If anyone wants Vinicius, that's what you have to pay. And even for Saudi Arabia, that would be a very hefty price tag for Vinicius. From his point of view, the player's point of view, I don't think it does any harm for sort of his name to be out there in this context. Of course, this has been a summer that's all about Kylian Mbappe arriving at Real Madrid. It's nice for Vinicius, for people to be talking about Vinicius Jr. As well. Also, bear in mind, he does have a relatively long-term contract.
Yeah, willing to hear that. So just to reiterate then, Alex, when we hear this, because everybody saw this and you're thinking, because we're hearing numbers and we're hearing years and we're hearing dates, Saudi Pro League would want Vinny now, or is it a deal that they're looking to make in a few years' time with him?
No, the idea would be to do this now. I mean, if not, I guess you do it at some point in the future, but these talks are being done with a view to a transfer this summer. But like I say, this is a case of the player having received this approach and hearing them out. It's not a case of Vinicius Jr wanting to leave Real Madrid, and it's certainly not a case of Real Madrid wanting to sell Vinicius Jr. Absolutely not. Like I say, his release clause is there for any interested parties. It would be a strange move, of course, in many ways, wouldn't it, for the player? This is the player absolutely at his peak. This is a player in the conversation for this year's Ballon d'Or. This isn't really the kind of profile of player that we've seen going to Saudi Arabia, at least so far. This isn't a Cristiano Ronaldo type case or a Karim Benzema type case. This is a player who's still kind of on an upward trajectory in terms of his career. So it would be, I think, a huge shock for everybody if actually this progressed any further than just kind of exploratory talks. But that's where we are right now.
This is a 24-year-old superstar, Shaka. Favourite to win the Ballon d'Or this year, but when you hear those figures, it would be hard for anyone, no matter what level of football they're playing, to not have their head turned by this money.
Absolutely. My head's turned, and it's made me an offer. To be honest, absolutely yes. Vinicius at the peak of his powers, at arguably the biggest club in world football, not looking to leave, as Alex says, and why would he? He wouldn't be thinking of anything of the sort. But then all of a sudden, this offer arrives. I don't know how this kind of offer arrives. If somebody mails it to you, if you get a text, I have absolutely no idea. And you have to consider it, regardless. And while, okay, from a Saudi perspective, the suggestion is that he is to become the face of their 2034 World Cup bid, kind of following in the playbook that Qatar used and using a number of, well, mainly for Qatar, ex-footballers to kind of front their World Cup bid. Saudi Arabia already have a number of high-profile players in their league. Vinicius Jr would be the jewel to that crown. The only other player who I think comes close to kind of challenging him in that respect is Kylian Mbappe, who only just signed for Real Madrid, who turned down Saudi Arabia, was it a year ago? So Vinicius Jr, absolutely the perfect candidate for it. So whether it happens now or whether it's just a marker for Saudi Arabia just to put this on Vinicius Jr.'s radar with 2034 in mind, that's good business sense for them. For Vinicius, you've just got to see this out and just see how it plays out. Let's be honest. He's in a win-win situation here. There is nothing but good that could come of this for Vinicius Jr.
Well, less than a week away from the kickoff to La Liga this season. Any sort of distraction for the team with an offer like this coming in?
I don't think so. I think right now, probably for Vinicius and everybody else at Real Madrid, the players I'm talking about, it's a little fantasy land right now. Now, whether this turns into something, because of where it's coming from, I guess it is possible. But it does seem a little fantasy land, and I would think that right now Vinicius is not particularly taking it completely seriously until it maybe gets past the getting in touch stage. But yeah, right now I don't think he's going to upset anything as far as Real Madrid on the field's concerned, because right now it just does seem a little fantasy land.
Has there been any reaction as to yet, Alex? Obviously, this is a breaking story that is just coming out with this offer. Has there been any reaction from the Spanish media, the radio stations out there to this?
Yeah, it's still quite early. This is a story that first broke on Sunday. It's been picked up by various media today. We had it confirmed today here at ESPN. I think the reaction is surprise. There has been sort of, in terms of the reporting as well, there have been different reports, different media having different takes on exactly what the stance is of Vinicius Jr. The initial report was that the player, had turned this offer down. That's what some of the media are still reporting today. That's not our understanding. Our understanding is that he is at least sort of, like I say, hearing this out, considering this, at least interested in what they have to say. So there's different sort of reporting as far as that's concerned. Otherwise, I don't think there's sort of genuine, at this stage at least, fear or concern that Vinicius Jr might leave this summer. That like I say, that would be a huge surprise. It would seem a strange decision, sort of career-wise, and people aren't sort of panicking about that, at least at this stage. If this goes on much longer, if this isn't brought to some sort of resolution, in the next day or so, then maybe that worry will start to come. But in terms of what we're hearing from Vinicius Jr, what we saw from him on social media today was him posting a photo of him alongside Jude Bellingham and Mbappe and Real Madrid and a heart on his social media. No one doubts, I think, how much he likes playing for Real Madrid. We've seen that pretty much throughout his time at Real Madrid, how much he loves being at this club. So there isn't sort of worry or panic. There's been a bit of surprise at this, but like I said, that might develop if this doesn't go away soon.
And it's a dream of every young footballer, no doubt, to play for one of the top clubs, no doubt Real Madrid as well, which is a dream that Vinny Jr is living out now. But Mario, 350 million a year. When you start to hear these figures, it has to be a concern for some of the top clubs that there is a competition, because there is the money that they can offer them that nobody else can offer them a figure like that.
No, totally. And I will give you that smile just like Shaka gave you. You know the way Shaka looked at the camera, I was like, oh my God, whatever he's going to say now is going to be really good. No, I totally agree. Look, when someone offers you that kind of money, we have to be honest. Look, this is the kind of money, like, what Stevie said, like, it's almost like a dreamland you're in. It's like, you offer me that kind of money, what do you want? You understand? The only thing for him not to listen to it is, okay, financially he doesn't need it, right? Because he's in a situation that is in a luxury situation. But 350, you know how many people he can make happy with that kind of amount of money? So that could be the only catch for me, for him to turn away. But away from that, come on, look at the stars that he has in the team. And it's almost like playing for Real Madrid now, it will be almost, people will look at you, why would you want to leave, or why would you want to consider making a move? And that's why the amount is 350. It's not 50, it's 350. Because for 3, we will, for like, if it was 50 only, we would be like, nah, just stay. But 350, hey, Vinicius, Brazil is beautiful. And there's a lot of people in Brazil that will be very happy if you just put your hand to the left and right for them. They will say to you, thank you very much. So I'm sure that he will consider that moment. And I would definitely do the similarity, because there's a lot of people I could make very happy and just giving it to them. But
yeah, I mean, we'd be open to being made to feel very happy.
Yeah.
Here on the panel here, Mario, we'd be happy for you to make us very happy
I'll be
with an amount like that. Bring it on.
I will take you all for dinner for sure. No problem. All of you. And then I might say, take care of the money then. You can take care. You can count it.